In this video, I'm going to show you how you can create not only a line chart with markers, but I want to show you how you can create a line chart with markers that change color depending if the target was hit or not, but also where we see a target band that clearly shows if the value you're showing is in that range. And on top of that, we are going to use small multiples. And I know this sounds like a lot, but it is quite simple if you know how it works. So before we get started, I want to talk about the use cases. Like I have two use cases, why and when I would create something like this. The first one is really like a metric tracking. Let's say you have a certain KPI and every month you get a value and you know where that KPI should be in between. And the other one, and that's actually the one where I also used it in the past the most, is for example production. You have different machines and they all have like a certain output range, so they need to perform in a certain range. If they perform lower, that's an issue. If they perform higher, that's also an issue. And we want to show if that actually happens. So first, let's go into PowerBI. You see PowerBI here. And this is one of my demo data sets, so you can ignore all the tables at the right side. What's important for us, I put actually in these two tables here, because here we have like different machines, different month names, and all these machines have a certain target, min and max. So you could go through that table and look at everything, but that's not really easy on the eye. I also have another table where we actually see the targets, the min and the max for each machine. Now, if we look at the visual at the top, this is the visual I want to create, and we see in the line, this is for machine A, we see the output value here and we see the max and the min value, and you see this target band. This is actually an error band, but we use it as a target band. And you can see I have the information for all four machines, machine A, B, C, D, and they all follow the same layout. And why do they follow the same layout? Because I use small multiples. You can see that here I put the machines as a small multiple. So if I wouldn't do that, you can see it would look like this. And this is very hard to read. So now, how do we create this? Because we have values, our output values. We have like our machines. We have several months. Every machine has every month an output value. And we have for each machine the minimum and maximum value of the range they should be in. So how can we create that visual? So what I first do is I want kind of this line chart. So I open my line chart and I know I want the month on the x-axis, and I know I want the output value on the y-axis. And I also know I want to see this by machine. So let's put that not in the legend because then we see it by machine, but let's put it into small multiples. If we put this in small multiples, this output doesn't look super pretty, but that's all formatting. So what I will do first, because I think it's easiest if what we are working on looks the same as the output, I make sure that the small multiples actually show 4 on a row. So I go to the format pane and I go to small multiples and I say I want 1 row and 4 columns. So you see this already looks more like the example. I go to the X and Y axis and I deactivate the titles here. Let's just make this a little bit cleaner and easier on the eye to look at. Now you can see on my example at the top, I have like 100 at the max, and that's actually hardcode because I know 100 is the max. It will never go above 100. And I do that also here because you could also say minimum is 0 if you know it will never be lower than 0, or you keep it on automatic. So the best practice is you should start at 0 if that makes sense. So this is something that you would need to talk to the client, like where do we want that to start? What makes sense? In this case, it doesn't matter that much if it starts at 0 or not, what matters most is that we can see if the value is within the target band. So that's the most important here. So you see this already looks quite similar. Now you may wonder, how do we get the error band and the markers? Let's start with the markers, because if we click on our line chart and we go to the format pane, if you go to markers, you can just turn them on and they look like this. If you go to color, you will see that you can choose one, and I want this to change color based on if the target was hit or not. So let's make that gray. So how do I do that? This is a little workaround. I make this a clustered column chart. Now it looks like this. What we are going to do is we are going to go to columns, and here we can change the color, and here you see the conditional formatting button. Now I already created a measure that is showing me if the target was hit or not. I will show you. What this measure does, it's a switch statement, and it's like if the machine output value is bigger than the minimum value that it should have and smaller than the maximum value that it should have, I want this color. And this is the green that you see, like the dark green. And otherwise I want it to be this color. This is the gray. You could put in there green and gray, but PowerBI will pick really bright colors to show that. So I created that measure, and this will return the hex code. So what I'm going to do is I click on my column chart, I go to columns, conditional formatting, the FX button, and then I say field value, and there I have my target and range. So this is the measure I just showed you, that's giving back the hex code. And now if I click on this, you can see when we hit the target or not. Now, why are we doing this in this column chart? Now, if you again click on your visual and you make it a line chart, you will see that the markers now are formatted based on the conditional formatting of the column chart. So if you want to change these values, you could go back, change it there, make it a line chart again, and then you have this effect. But now we still have this blue line. So what I'm going to do is I'm clicking on my line visual, the format pane, I make this gray and dashed, something like this. So now we actually already have the line chart, and we have the small multiples, and we have the conditional formatting. Now we only need the target band. And how do we do that? We actually use the error bars for that. If we scroll down to like the bottom of the format pane, you see error bars. So if I open this and I say I want the upper bound to be the max target value and the lower bound the min value, nothing happens, because these error bars are funny. They only show up if you enable them. They don't enable automatically. So we click on enable, and now you see the error bars and their markers. This is not entirely what I want. So what do I want? I want the error band. I click on that. You can see it here. You can give it a different color. I say match series color, and then we can say I don't want to see the bar, but maybe you still want some markers in there like this, and then if we turn it off again, the markers are still here. But this again, it can be a little bit confusing having lines here and having lines here. So you could also say for the error bars, I don't want these markers, I just want this area. And just like that, you can create that. It's a line chart, and the error band is actually our target band. We use the markers and we add conditional formatting by making it first a column or a bar chart, where we use conditional formatting for the color and then make it a line chart again. And it's all built with native visuals. So you can do that basically in PowerBI just with the formatting pane. Let me know what you think about this, and thank you for watching.